Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video on Trade Now. And for this video, as you guys can see from the title, we are back with another 1 minute scalping strategy. And for the indicators that we'll be using, the main indicator will be the MACD, and we'll be using it with other indicators as well. So let's get right into the video. So let me show you guys the indicators that we need and then the rules that we need for the strategy before we take the positions, and I'm going to show you guys how this all works. So right now we'll be using certain indicators. First up will be a MACD, but instead of the normal MACD, we are going to be using the MACD 4C by VKNO, and as you can see, this is what pops up. Next up, what you want is your house sweep, and house sweep is basically like your moving average, so it shows you where the price is going. But for this, you're going to change the settings. You're going to change the length to 60 and the length multiplier to 3. So as you can see, it smoothens everything out, and basically it does not change as often, but it really shows the uptrends and the downtrends. So very good indicator for me to use. And last but not least, we'll be using my favorite one, which is the cumulative delta volume. So this is basically, it helps to give you confirmation for your buy signals and your sell signals, let you know that there are buyers in the markets or sellers in the market. So the rules for this is very simple. For you to take a long position, price must be above the house sweep, which is this line here, and the house sweep must be green in color. So right here, this is a valid line for you to take. Next up, for your next signal, the bar right here must turn into a bright green. So it could be from a dark red, a bright red to a bright green, could be from a dark green to a bright green. As long as the first bar that appears is a bright green, we'll take that position. And if the bar below on the CDV indicator is bright green as well, that's a valid position. So what do I mean by that? So let's look right here. You can see that we have the dark green bar here turning into bright green, and the price is above the house sweep, and the house sweep is green. So last but not least, we look at the CDV indicator. The CDV indicator is green in color as well, so that would be a valid position to go long. So for this, your stop loss will be at the right below the house sweep, and you can take a 1.5:1. So that's a valid position. So let's look right here. We want to wait for the bright green candle on the MACD to turn into dark green before another bright green appearing again. So this is right here. You can see a bright green signal appears, but however, you can see that it's red in color on the CDV indicator, so not a valid position. For you to take a long position, both must be bright green in color. So here we have again from the dark green returning to bright green, so that's a valid position because the CDV indicator is green in color. So stop loss right below the house sweep and 1.5:1. So this works also if the candle is turning from red to green. So what do I mean by here? You can see that on the MACD indicator we have this turning from red to green, and that is a valid signal. But however, since the house sweep is red, that is not valid. So let me show you guys another example right here, where we have the change from dark green to bright green, but since this is red, not valid. We look at the next signal from dark green to bright green right here. So that is a valid signal because the CDV indicator is green in color. If we zoom in right here, it's green in color on this candle here, so valid position. Stop loss below the house sweep, and you take a 1.5:1. So there we go. This is the rules for the long signal, and as you can see, basically when there's a bright green candle from a dark green candle, it basically just shows that there's a shift in the momentum towards the upside, and the bright green just states that there's a lot of buying pressure. And the CDV indicator here, your cumulative delta volume indicator, helps you give the confirmation that there's a lot of buyers in the market. So as you can see, whenever you take a buy signal, after a while, usually the trade won't take that long because you're following the trend, you're following the momentum to the upside, or in this case, if you are taking short positions, to the downside. But before I'm going to show you guys the rules for the short position, make sure to check out the exchange, fair desk, I have a link in the description box below. So basically, if you sign up with the link in the description box, you guys will be able to get a bonus, a deposit bonus of $600 by depositing. So you can earn up to $600. So basically every 4% that you transfer in, and if you use a link in the description box is 5%, you get an extra 5% of your transfer amount. So you transfer $100, you get extra $5. $1,000 will be extra $50. So now let's get into the rules for the short position. So for you to take a short position, the rules are exactly the same, but you just flip it around. So what do I mean by that? So firstly, price must be below the house sweep, and the house sweep must be red in color, like right here. Secondly, the price must change from dark red to bright red, or it can change from green to bright red, either ways. So right here we have a valid position. You can see that we have the price changing from dark red to bright red on this candle right here, and the CDV indicator is red in color. Price is also below the house sweep, and the house sweep is red in color, so valid position. So you can take a position right there, stop loss above the house sweep, and we take a 1.5:1. So let's look for another position. Right here we have another position where we have the change from dark red to bright red, but since the house is green, not valid. But we have another change here from dark red to bright red here, and the CDV indicator is red in color as well, so valid position. Stop loss above the house sweep, and that's 1.5:1. Unfortunately, there's a loss, but losses are always part of the game. You have to understand that not every trading strategy will give you 100% win, so it's important to accept the losses and continue trading. So let's look for another short position. So let's look right here. We have the change from dark red to bright red, but this CDV indicator is green color, so not valid. Same thing from dark red to bright red here, and CDV indicator still green, so not valid. So it's important to eliminate these trades, because these trades are those that might be losers. Here we have a perfect signal. We have the dark red changing into bright red, and bright red gives a CDV indicator of a red signal here. So valid position, enter right there, stop loss right above the house sweep, and take a 1.5:1. So having a risk of rewards ratio of 1:1.5, it just means that basically if you have a 50% win rate, even after fees and everything, you'll be able to still remain profitable. And as you can see, of the 6 trades that I've taken, all of which 5 of them were wins and only 1 loss. But obviously I'm taking trades that are following the trend and very easy to spot out. So it's important to avoid certain markets. So you basically want to trade in rangy markets. Like right here, you can see that we have price clearly heading down in one direction, or we have price clearly heading in one direction up. So these are the markets you want to trade and want to be profitable on. But this type of markets where we are basically heading in a straight line from here, this type of markets are the rangy markets that you want to try to avoid, because you might not have very good signals, but you just want to be able to determine which are the trending markets and take trades based on the trending markets. So alright, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and to check out my other strategy videos as well. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.